Not many people realize that when you open your intuition, you also open your abundance channels too. Now, these two areas go hand in hand. However, it is possible to just open your intuition and not receive abundance. But today, I'm going to be talking about the difference and how you can open up both channels for more abundance in your life and more intuitive messages. So stay tuned. Welcome to Spiritual and Ambitious. I'm your host, Whitney McNeil. I'm a certified medium and spiritual teacher, and I help spiritual and ambitious souls just like you live your life purpose through your career and attract abundance by connecting into your intuition and spirit guides. Let's get spiritual and ambitious. Before we get started, I wanted to give a shout out to a reviewer who says, "I'm so grateful. Thank you for sharing your wisdom, experience, and insight. I love your emails, social posts, and now I really get to enjoy your podcast. You're such a light." Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I read all reviews, and I would love for you to participate in abundance with our podcast review giveaway. You can check that out in the show notes. You can review the podcast and see all the details at messengerspirit.com/podcast review. All right. So we're going to talk about your intuition and your abundance today. I want to share a little story with you. It does have to do with today's topic. If you follow me on Instagram over at Messenger of Spirit, you have seen my stories about the roadrunner. Oh my gosh. I am a person that loves her sleep, and I haven't been getting a lot of it for whatever reason. Maybe the stars are misaligned. I'm not feeling rested. So I got really, really mad when this noise was banging against my window early in the morning. I go over to the window and I see a roadrunner. I live out in the desert, so we have roadrunners. This roadrunner was not moving. I sat there and said, "Hey, nope, not moving. Not afraid of you. I'm just going to keep banging on the window." So this roadrunner is seeing himself in the reflection, sometimes will try to fight the reflection or bring me dead lizards. So he thinks that he's trying to impress a mate. But this roadrunner only chooses the windows where I am. So he chooses the windows closest to me in the bedroom, and then I'll be in our living room, and he chooses the window closest to me there. My husband has not been bothered by this bird. So, roadrunner means taking quick action from your intuition, which leads me into abundance. We are here to truly live our life purpose abundantly. And we're talking about opening up our intuition and our abundance channels. Sometimes people tell me, "Whitney, I've opened up my intuition, but I'm not seeing any abundance." So one of the things I wanted to share with you is it's going to be important for you to take intuitive action. As soon as you receive the intuitive hit to go do something, nudging you along the way, go do it. So I told my husband, "All right, roadrunner's here. We needed to take quick intuitive action." We had to drive about an hour for an appointment I had. And on the way to the appointment, I looked down to look at the navigation on my phone, and my husband cuts all the way over and gets off an exit from the highway, which really freaked me out because he did it so quickly. And I thought, oh my gosh, there must be something going on. I said, "Why did you do that? We're supposed to keep going on the highway." And he said, "Did you not see the accident up there? I'm getting off on this exit so we can go a back way." And he said, "Take intuitive action." Like he was so proud of himself. Well, that same day, I had this thought pop in intuitively because I'm getting ready to open up Intuition Abundance Academy again. And before we open up Intuition Abundance Academy, I have a 5-day challenge, the Live Your Purpose Challenge, which I hope you're signed up for. And if you're not, you can just go to messengerspirit.com/challenge or check the show notes. But during this challenge, I go live to answer questions and do training on life purpose, intuition, abundance, and your spirit guides. But we live out in the desert, and thus we do not have reliable internet. For someone who owns an online business, that's not so great. So I had this intuitive impression, hey, go rent an Airbnb down in Phoenix. And I did it. I went online at the moment I got the intuitive hit, and I found this beautiful, amazing property. And guess what? It was like 15% off because we're going to stay down there for 2 weeks. And it was a great, amazing deal. I felt really, really abundant. And I checked in with the owner, and the owner said, oh, yeah, people have recorded live QVC here before. I'm like, yes. So thank you, Spirit, for sending the annoying bird. So I took intuitive action. Now, you don't need an annoying roadrunner to come peck at your window in order to take intuitive action. But the faster that you take the action, the quicker you move into alignment and also receive abundance. So a lot of the times we get intuitive messages and we don't do anything about them because we have fear, maybe we have blocks and different old patterns, belief systems that we are feeling resistance in taking that action. So the first thing I'm going to tell you is to take your action in order to receive abundance. Now, have you ever received an intuitive message where you thought, I got it, but I don't think I could do that? Well, I understand, but your spirit guides know what you need if you've been talking to them, and they're giving you helpful, insightful information. Maybe you don't want to hear the answer or you're afraid to do the action, but they're giving it to you for a reason. And I encourage you to connect with your guides on a consistent basis so that you feel the connection you have with them. So why are your spirit guides here? Well, they're here to help guide, to teach and protect you, but truly, in general, they're here to help you live your life purpose, to help you live the most joyful, abundant life that you can have. And they help you navigate decisions and actions to bring you into more alignment with that. That's why I love working with spirit guides, and I want to talk all about them all the time. Let's talk about the intuition aspect. Well, why are my intuition and abundance channels connected? Like, what the heck is that? Well, one reason that they're connected and one aspect that I'd love for you to do is truly just be open to receiving. Too many times we say we're open to receiving and we are not, because we think that receiving sounds really nice, but when it comes to receiving support, receiving help, even receiving money, we might feel bad. Too many times people may be offered money for a natural ability that they have, such as their intuition, and they go, no, 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 you keep it. See, in my family, I was taught that you just did things for free, or if you turned down the money, you were a better person. Now, while that helps you stay humble, that is not a good belief, because that means you're rejecting the abundance that your spirit guides are providing you. They are leading you to situations and people that are providing abundance for you. So if you are living your purpose and it comes really easy to you, they're giving you clients. They're helping you find situations that help you feel abundant. And money is part of that. So what's the definition of abundance? What does that really mean? Well, there's spiritual and financial abundance. I think it's pretty clear as to what financial abundance is. However, I see a lot of people say, well, I just need enough. And I say, that's not abundance. Abundance is your cup runneth over. And so let's receive all the abundance that our universal selves, our spirit guides, want to send us. Because if not, you're just rejecting it. I like to talk about abundance as a person coming to your door. And let's say this person is so happy to see you and just wants to give you money. Are you going to open the door or are you going to shut it? There's lots of blockages that I talk about in Intuition Abundance Academy where I see people not feeling worthy, or they feel like if they take more than their share, that the other people in the world won't have their share. They have ideas that you are a good person if you don't charge or you do things for free. And a lot of the time, those are blockages from what you were taught when you were younger. Just because you're receiving money, just because you're saying yes to everything the world has to offer you, does not mean that you're a bad person. And also, it does not take away from others. When you, as a spiritual being who is heart-centered and wants to live your life purpose in a joyful way, when you have more money, you are in a better position to help other people. You can donate, you can provide jobs, you can share with others. So understanding that money is just energy and money is part of abundance is key. Now, of course, there's another part of abundance: joy, fulfillment, feeling so worthy, feeling so light. And that means something different for everyone. Maybe it's someone who has a wonderful amount of alone time. Maybe you're filled with love from friends and family members. Maybe you're living your purpose through your business. And it's the feeling and the understanding of the energy and emotions that you're surrounded with. And you're helping people. You're here to make a change and you want to make an impact with people in the world. I understand that. Abundance, again, is energy. Emotions are energy. Thoughts are energy. So when you open up your intuition, you're opening up to messages and energy from your spirit guides. So are you truly ready to receive them? When somebody tries to pay for your meal, when somebody pays you a compliment, are you truly receiving it and saying, thank you? Or are you saying, no, this dress was a bargain. Or, oh, no, you look better. Really paying attention to, are you ready to receive? We say we are, but when the time comes, we can feel awkward. We can feel weird. And we can feel like, no, I can't. I had a situation recently with a family member who was able to receive a lot of money and she gave it away. She didn't keep any of it for herself. She felt like that made her a good person or that she didn't deserve it. I think it's really important that we start looking at the relationship we have with ourselves. And that can start from what other people have said to us. We can have blockages there. But when we really start looking at the relationship we have with ourselves, that opens up a lot of doors to receiving our abundance, because we start to really dive deep into the blockages we may have that's been holding us back from really truly living our joyful purpose abundantly in life. So receiving is going to be important. Are you ready to receive intuitive messages? Maybe it's the same that you want to hear. Maybe it's not. So just really ask yourself, are you ready to receive? When we open up to this energy and we remove these blockages, we have less resistance. So if you have, let's say, a money block where you feel like you can't charge a certain amount for your services, or you feel like you can't receive from other people, this in itself is a blockage of energy. And when you dive into that blockage and you can understand that, wait a minute, I don't know that you were living here. Let me change this. You can shift it so that it's released. You can create a new abundant story or money story for yourself. And when you create less resistance and you are in flow, then you receive more abundance and you receive more intuitive messages. I'm going to share 2 more intuitive tips right when we come back after this quick break. As a professional psychic medium, I've done tens of thousands of readings, but I felt a call to move more fully into teaching intuition. But I still get so many requests about doing readings. So while I don't do readings anymore, I have brought in some very trusted colleagues who are now available for live 1-hour readings on Zoom. If you would like to book your psychic medium reading, go to messengerofspirit.com/appointments to see our available readers and schedule your Zoom reading today. All right, so we've talked about taking intuitive action. We have talked about your spirit guides, what abundance means, and receiving. We have talked about opening up your energy and removing blockages. I want to dive into that a little bit more. How do we know we have a block? Well, if we feel like we are not in flow, we feel like things are really, really hard, if we feel like things are challenging, and one of the biggest indications is when our energy is drained. That means most likely there's a blockage somewhere. This could be in thinking that you have to run your business a certain way. This could be thinking your life purpose has to look a certain way. This can be thinking that your relationship, your health, where you live, the relationship you have with your children, all things, if you feel like it has to be a certain way, then most likely you have a blockage and you're not going to be in alignment. Truly, the key is opening up for our abundant life. And that means alignment, aligning the physical, the mental, the emotional, and the spiritual bodies. So when we're in true alignment, things can manifest more easily. When we're in true alignment, we start to see our spirit guide connections more easily. Things happen faster. They can happen in an instant, which is why it is important to take intuitive action, because the faster you take that action, the quicker the results happen and you don't have time to think. But I think that it's important that we not spiritually bypass any emotions we feel. So making sure that we are removing the blockages to create less resistance can be important. When we open up our intuitive channels, we also become open to the possibilities of the unseen. You are literally communicating with energy beings that you might not see tangibly, like you can see an earth plane person. You can hear them, feel them, know them, see them. You are literally opening up to possibilities that are not necessarily logical. So this also opens up abundant opportunities, such as money, coming to you from places that you wouldn't logically understand. I have a student who told me, I was thinking that I was going to be manifesting abundance through my business, but the abundance actually came in financially through my personal life. And I could feel that Spirit was giving me this beautiful abundance, but I thought it was going to come in a certain way. So this is an example of Spirit is providing you abundant opportunities that's not necessarily logical. It's really important that we open to all the ways the universe provides. When we do this free 5-day challenge, I always have people inside say, "Oh my gosh, I just was gifted a gift card to a restaurant," or "I was just gifted a massage," or "I found this coupon that was really cool." Abundant opportunities come in not necessarily the way we expect them. They come in the way our spirit guides help send them to us and the universe gives them to us. So being open to those possibilities. Now, the more that you trust your intuition, you'll see that sometimes your intuition is not logical either. This has happened many times when I moved our entire family across the country, when we bought our house. of our dreams when I started my business and when I've had opportunities to spiritually grow and to invest in myself. Now, I'm not saying to do something way outside of who you are as a person, but when we listen to our intuition, we often will get out of our comfort zone. I have a friend that told me, she said, I was going to work and I got my car and I heard a message, go get your coat, go get your jacket, and bring your sleeping bag. She's like, what? Like, I'm just going to work and I'm coming back home and it's a beautiful day. I don't need it. She went to work, and during working hours, she had a conversation with another friend who happened to be going camping and invited her along the way. And she said yes, and she had all her supplies right there. So that's an example of how it may not go with your logic, but it goes with what your spirit guides are giving you. So start following your intuitive hunches. When you start trusting yourself, you start feeling more confident in your actions, your ability to communicate with spirit because you're listening to your intuition, and the decisions that you make. So here are 2 things I'd like for you to do right now. 1, I'd love for you to start following your intuitive hunches, even if they're small. It could be something like, hey, wear this earring, or hey, wear this crystal. Maybe get a pen. You need it. Put it in your purse. For me, I have a spirit guide that tells me what jewelry to wear because the crystals have different energy and color emanates a different energy as well. So today I was like, I'm going to go ahead and put on this. It was kind of like a sweatshirt, but it's a little dressy sweatshirt. And then I thought, I'm going to wear these pink earrings. And spirit was like, no, you need orange today. Orange is your color. And I put the orange on and I really felt the difference energetically. So just follow your small intuitive hunches. But I want you to, when you get them, take action. And so this action I'd like for you to do right now is to sign up for my free 5-day challenge. It is something that will help you say, I am ready to put my intuition and abundance first. I'm going to tell my spirit guides I'm committing, and I'm going to show up for 5 days. So over 5 days together, we have videos to set your intention for the day. And then you're going to join me live, and I will be going deeper into the topics of intuition, spirit guides, abundance blocks, and your life purpose archetype. Because truly, we're here to live our abundant, heart-centered, joyful purpose. And I hope to see you there over at messengerofspirit.com/challenge. Okay, cannot wait to hear your ahas. I want to see you in the challenge. And until then, here's to staying spiritual and ambitious. Thanks so much for listening to this episode. And if you loved it, would you please share it with a friend? I would also love your review and a reminder to subscribe so you never miss an episode. You can find me at messengerofspirit.com, and you can take the 4 intuitive languages quiz and find show notes there too. If you want to connect on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram, you can find me at Messenger of Spirit. If you want to continue the conversation, join my free Facebook group at messengerofspirit.com/group. I'll meet you right here next week. Here's to staying spiritual and ambitious.
This podcast is part of the Sound Advice FM network. Sound Advice FM. Women's voices amplified.